Hello, and welcome to the first in a small series of videos looking at the functionality of Db2 administration tool. In this first video, we're going to look at the basic navigation and the basic commands. So here's the front screen, and to get into the catalog, we choose option 1. And on this screen, you can see the object. Now, this is about the objects, not authoritative. If you want to get into the authoritative side of one, and the AO command will take you in to start looking at the authorities. But we're going to concentrate on the Db2 objects. So as you can see, there's a vast range to choose from, but we're going to start with the database. So I'm going to have a look for all the databases, starting with Tom. Now, as you see here, I'm using a like operation. The percent sign will be tagged on. If I want to look for an exact match, I can type in the option like off. I'll go for an exact match. And I'm saving the criteria across sessions. So when I come back in, it will be there again. Let's just have a look for databases. So here we go. List all the databases that I've got under the starting of with Tom. Now, what can I do here? Some basic commands that are on all of the panels. I can sort to sort on name here. Put the cursor there, and it can sort. If I want to be more different things, I can come in here and I can select how I want to sort here. I can change column header names, as you can see, and then I can save this, and then next time I come in, it will automatically be there. If I want to search a little bit harder, I can have the Sarge option. So I could do, and with this, we can search within the results table. So Tomcat, and there we go. Notice that up here, under this column, it is put in the word Tomcat and an asterisk. Now, I could, because this is quite a simple thing, I could have typed it in myself there. For example, if I was to do, just have a look at BPID, because they're all quite similar at the moment. So if I do 523, then it would do the same thing as Sarge. But with Sarge, you can make the more complex. Other things we can do, type SQL statement field ready to run. You can do Db2 util. Yeah. So the Db2 part takes you into the command processor and works. You can change your SQL ID by typing SQL ID. Status, you can see the status of your sessions. There's a lot more commands. There's about 20. So, but for now, that's good. So what we have here is a list of the databases. So let's have a look at the table spaces within Tomb. So, before we go there, question mark will show you all of the line commands suitable for the objects that you've got on the screen. In this case, we're going to use S for show the table spaces. We do an S, and these are all the table spaces that are within that object. So across the top here, we have primary commands. So that'll act on the whole list, or you can have the line commands. If your list contained things that you didn't want to act upon, you could do the minus sign, reduce it into a smaller set, and then you could run the primary command, which would only act upon what you see on your screen. If I just do a refresh, I'll get back to where we are. So there's good help on everything, which will explain the column names as well. Easy to do from there. What we could do now is we could go and have a look at a table, indexes on that table, or we could do XC from here to see all the index columns on there. And as you can see, we can dive into anyone at any time. Scroll left and right for all the attributes. But if you put a slash in anywhere, this is as it's returned from the catalog. So you can see exactly what's there. We've got these. One of the commands I like is the I for interpret. So we take that catalog information to show you, and we present it better. We translate where it's necessary. For example, in this one, created in Db2 version, Db2 Db2 12. Lock size any. So lock scope is determined by Db2, close rules, etc. So it is all there. From here, you could do ICS. So this is the image from the fifth copy information. As you can see, I've been quite good actually image copy something. But here we go. This is the information from here, and you could recover to that copy. You could recover for options. So all I've done here is I've done the created time and I've got an image copy. But again, I can do question marks to see what I can do. So as you can see, we can go round and round. So let's go back to here, and one of the other commands we have is the DS, which is the database structure. So this is now showing you everything that's under there, apart from packages. So here we go, we've got tables, indexes, we've got child relationship, parent relationships. And again, you can put S against any of those at any time to drop into them. If you want to see the packages, we've got DSP, which will go and it will do exactly the same information as before, but we'll get all the package information. And there's another short video on packages a bit later on. So let's go back to table spaces. So I'm in table spaces and I want to know what tables are in here. So I could go through each one individually, or I can do Alt-T. And that taken that list I've got, and it's showing me all the tables that are within that list. I could have used that minus command to reduce the list if I was only interested in a subset of them, but that's how we can do that. And from here we can do all X to go and get all of the indexes in there. From these we can do all S, so we've gone back the way we came, and all K. So from those tables I've gone, and these are all the packages that are referenced in these tables. Quite a powerful tool to use there. Across here we've got all of the common line commands. We've got the main primary commands. CT will jump you into the cloning tool if you have it, and it will pre-populate some of the fields that you need to clone table spaces. Mig will cover in another session, and what that will do is it will create you another image of the objects you choose. I've shown you the EX on to the XE to get to the image copy, the index columns, and here we've got the DG just to show you the columns that are in there. So a nice, quick, simple way to see things. If you want to have a look at RI that's defined on a table, here's all the RI that this table is related, is participating in. So the relationship, child relationship, parent. If you just want to see what tables, there we go. So that's a shortened version of it. We have, as you can see here, we've got a type P. So a type P, as we quick have a look, is an implicit XML table. So again, we can show this. If you only want to see tables or just views, you can do TT instead of T on the main panel. But if we go here and we'll do base, that will show us where the base table was. There is a command, AUX, which will take you to the auxiliary tables as well. So you can go both ways. Now, if you want to browse tables, several ways you can do it. B for browse, and you just get the session with all the data in there. Alternatively, you can do L. What this does, it looks very, very similar, but now we've got these fields back. So you can start drilling down into it without too much hassle. If you're lucky enough to have table editor, edit will take you straight into the table editor where you've got the full functionality. By going from the administration tool, we've bypassed the first screen or so, and it's pre-populated all the table names, etc. If you wanted to do some more complex selects against it, you can come into type select, use also delete, update, insert, and you can start filling in what columns you want to see, what where clauses, etc. From a brief tour around, this is an administration tool, basic catalog navigation. I tend to go in through databases and use DS, DSP, etc. to navigate my way around. But I could do it from any of these. For example, let's see if I can think of a function. There we go. So functions, we have the expand. We make use of the expand command, so we can either type expand, and we'll see the whole list. Or if it's greater than the characters, you can scroll left and right to see it. Things that you may be interested in seeing. So we're back to the database. Let's pick a table spaces, and we'll pick this partition one. So I want to know what data sets are in there. So I've got 4 partitions, 4 data sets. I can list here, obviously, as you can see on there. If I want to see individual, SP will take me back to here, and I can see individuals. And from here, I can do DSN. I can do, let's see, if I can go through there. So L key will show you the partitioning keys for the object, and you can see the columns. It'll also show where there's things like rotate partitions, and you've got physical and logical partitions. We can also show those. Other things that we can do, rep, that will generate information on the object. Let's just run it and see. So we're going to submit this, and there we go. So that's one that's going to have a look at the data set produced. Writing that down. So I'm Tom P. Here is details of that table space. So you've got the table space, you've got the columns in the table, you've got the indexes and their columns on it, and so on and so forth. Now you can do that per object, or you can do it on that. Oh, sorry, as an object, or multiple objects, or one object is what I'm trying to say. Similar things, details for an object. Again, this is all the objects. Similar to what we've just seen here. We've got all the partition information, all the table information, and you can also run that in batch with a BET. So you've got DET and BET. Now that's a very quick escape through the main objects that we have. Say there's another one for packages coming along, but we're trying to keep within 15 minutes. So we'll cover that in another session. Thank you.